Alright, we know what quarterback Geno Smith is and how well he works with the running game. He's going to have one this year as the number 6 overall pick. Ashton Genty will be there to take care of that. We know what Smith does best off that running game too. Throw the deep ball. He'll have speedsters Trey Tucker and Dante Thornton to throw deep to. Thornton was picked in the 4th round, but he's looked like an immediate star in the offseason program in minicamp. Of course, Smith has returning star and second-year tight end Brock Bowers coming back too. Fellow tight end Michael Mayer, receiver Jacoby Myers. That offense is loaded. If the offensive line performs just decently, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to surprise some people. That offensive line is better than you think too, while the starting 5 looks interesting. Obviously, we can't tell what's really going on till the pads come on with the offensive line. However, there are little things the coaches can see to give them an idea of how a player is going to be. The staff has been trying a few combinations this offseason, and this is the number 1 unit I saw the footage of on day 3 of minicamp. Going from right to left, we start with right tackling with DJ Glaze. You guys know I'm a Thayer Munford guy, but I also said if Glaze makes a big jump to year 2 or it's close, he's going to get the job. Well, it looks like head coach Pete Carroll believes Glaze is about to make that jump because the right tackle job is his now. Glaze wasn't that impressive to me in the pass blocking department last year, but as everyone's been saying to me since last year, coaching matters. And he's not dealing with the coaches he had last year. He has Brendan Carroll as his offensive line coach and Chip Kelly as his offensive coordinator. Both Carrolls have done nothing but sing his praises all offseason, so things must be really going well for him. Bats come on in July, but Carroll seems to be really high on Glaze right now. He just has to keep the coach's trust through training camp. At right guard was Alex Cappa, GM John Spytek's guy. I hear a lot of you talking about how horrible he was last year, but my goodness, the man was injured. It's funny how the same people complain about guys not playing hurt are the same people that judge guys harshly when they play hurt. Does someone want to help me understand that? When he was healthy in Tampa Bay, he did his thing. He was one of the guys entrusted to protect Tom Brady when he won his last Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. Oh, and he performed well against Chris Jones too. The Raiders definitely need guys that can block Chris Jones. I know that was a while back, but it still shows what he's capable of when healthy. He's only 30, so he still has some prime years left in him, and Spytek went ahead and bet on it. He bet on him to stay healthy too. Health is the only real question when it comes to Cappa. So far in OTAs and minicamp, he's been healthy and moving around well, so there are no lingering effects from last year's hand injury. He's taking the reps with the ones, so he's definitely the guy that's in the lead to start at right guard right now. This one is an obvious no-brainer, so why is it that the last coaching staff didn't see it that way? Jackson Powers Johnson won the Remington Award for college football's best center in 2023, and the Raiders didn't even put him at center when Andre James first got injured. According to Powers himself, he had to tell then head coach Antonio Pierce he's going to take over at center. Then the Raider offensive line played their best stretch of football that year, and they still moved Powers back to guard when James came back. Somebody got to help me understand that one. Powers is okay at guard, but he's an absolute beast at center. He might have turned into a great guard one day if they kept him there and he got used to it, but why force that when he's already a star caliber center and you don't have a good center? Allowing decisions like that to be made are what got Pierce fired. When Carroll's regime came in, one of the first things they did was cut James. That gave Powers the opportunity to take over at that center spot, and he has. He's been working with quarterback Geno Smith and the ones all offseason. He's one of the guys I'm looking forward to seeing the most this year. If this starting lineup holds up, Thayer Munford found a way to get on the field for the Raiders. You guys know I've always loved Munford for his story. If he would have come out in 2021, he would have been drafted as a franchise left tackle, but he promised his grandma that he would stay at Ohio State until he finished school. However, when he went back to Ohio State, they needed a guard, so he volunteered to move there for his team. Then when he came out in 2022, the NFL didn't know how to evaluate him, so he came to the Raiders in the 7th round of the draft that year. Then he spent the next 2 years alternating with Jermaine Luminor at right tackle despite outplaying him. Then last year he had the starting right tackle job, but he injured both hands in training camp, so Glaze went in there for him and never came back out. I guess Carroll and company remembered he was an All-American left guard the year he moved there at Ohio State, and since the Raiders need him there now, there he is. It looked like the left guard position would come down to Jordan Meredith and Dylan Parham, but Munford has taken the spot for now. As a matter of fact, Meredith's the backup center now. We'll see if that lasts. And of course, Colt Miller will be in this spot at left tackle this year. He got off to a bad start last year because he wasn't in shape to play football at the beginning of the season. He had shoulder surgery last offseason and he was unable to do anything to get ready for the season. Miller paid for it, but he used the first 4 weeks of the season to get himself in shape. He gave up 6 sacks in those 4 weeks, but once he got in shape, he played elite level left tackle football. It's disrespectful to say you're going to use NFL games to get in shape for NFL football, but Miller didn't have a choice last season. He only gave up 1 sack the following 13 games he played to show he was back to his old self though. People had all kinds of crap to say about him too. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Oh, he's washed up. No, he was out of shape and not ready for football season. I find it funny that the same guys that want a guy to play when he's not ready overly judge a guy when he's playing when he's not ready. Forget how good he's been over the years. Miller is healthy and moving well now, so we can expect him to get off to a good start this season. Alright, that was the starting 5 to date, but there's one more that could become a part of the equation. Earlier I said it was a matter of health for Cappa, but he's obviously not guaranteed good health. So after they got Cappa, the Raiders weren't done with the guard position in case Cappa gets injured or doesn't play well enough. So they used one of their 3rd round picks in the 2025 NFL draft to get Caleb Rogers, who was a tackle in college. He's a good pass blocker, but his arms are too short to play tackle in the NFL. Plus, he's a really good run blocker. The last time Spytech saw such a player, he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they drafted Cappa. Since they're so alike, the plan could be to have Rogers as Cappa's understudy until he's ready to take over at the right guard position. Actually, Rogers might not be there just as a backup option to Cappa. This could be a real competition because Rogers is taking some reps with the ones throughout OTAs and minicamp. The competition between Rogers and Cappa is definitely something to keep an eye on. Rogers has to earn the coach's trust when the pads come on in training camp. The Raider offense can be very explosive this year. They have a quarterback that's very accurate in the short to intermediate area, and he throws a great deep ball. And he has major speed outside with Tucker and Thornton. They have chain movers in Myers, Mayer, and Bowers, and a ground game with Genty. All they have to do is get the offensive line right, and they're already outstanding in the center and left tackle areas with Powers and Miller. So now we're looking for Glaze to make that jump to year 2 at right tackle, Cappa to regain form at right guard, and Munford to recapture his All-American form at left guard. Do you think it'll happen? Thank you for watching. See you next time.